Retiring comfortably might come down to one simple rule. Hi, I'm Kamil Skaski, and in this video we are talking about the 4% rule and how it can help you figure out exactly how much money you need to retire. Whether you're just starting to think about retirement or you're in the final stretch, you'll learn exactly how much money you need to retire. Stay with me until the end, because I'm not just going to explain the rule. I'll also show you how to calculate your own magic number and how factors like inflation, market trends, and your lifestyle choices affect how much you'll need to reach your financial independence. Alright, let's get into it. What is the 4% rule and why does it matter so much? The 4% rule is a retirement planning guideline that helps you estimate how much you can withdraw from your retirement savings each year without running out of money. According to this rule, you withdraw 4% of your total savings in the first year of retirement. After that, you adjust the amount you withdraw each year to keep up with inflation. Following the 4% rule is designed to make your money last at least 30 years, providing a steady income throughout your retirement. It's a popular rule of thumb for people who want a simpler way to plan their withdrawals and avoid outliving their savings. When I first heard about the 4% rule, I didn't think it would work. I mean, how could something so simple help me plan for my whole life? But when I learned more about it, I realized it's actually really helpful. It doesn't give you all the answers, but it's like a good plan to start with. Here is how you figure it out. Take your total retirement savings and multiply it by 4%, and that's how much you can comfortably withdraw in your first year of retirement. For example, if you have 1 million saved up, the 4% rule says that you can withdraw 40,000 in your first year of retirement. Simple, right? Now, the big question is, how much money do you actually need to retire? Let's say you want to live on 60,000 a year in retirement. According to the 4% rule, you'll need to save 1.5 million to make that happen. That's because 60,000 divided by 0.04 equals to 1.5 million. I remember when I first did this calculation for myself. I wanted to live comfortably, travel, and not have to worry about money. At first, the number I saw felt a little intimidating, but honestly, once you have a goal to aim for, it's actually really motivating. It gave me the roadmap for my saving strategy, and I started thinking long term rather than just month to month. But here's the thing, today is a different world than when this rule was first introduced back in the 90s. Inflation, market volatility, and longer life expectancies mean that we have to be a bit more conscious. The good news? The 4% rule still works, but there are a few adjustments you might want to consider. First, inflation. The 4% rule assumes you'll adjust your withdrawals each year based on inflation. And after the inflation spikes we've seen in the recent years, that adjustment is even more important. So, if inflation is 3% this year, you'll need to increase your withdrawals by 3%. This ensures your purchasing power stays the same, even as prices rise. Second, market volatility. Some experts suggest being conservative with the rule, maybe starting with a 3.5% withdrawal rate instead of 4%, especially if you're retiring in a down market. But don't worry, I'll show you how to tweak it to fit your needs. Let's talk about how to make the 4% rule work for you. Everyone's situation is different, and the beauty of this rule is that you can customize it to fit your lifestyle, your risk tolerance, and your financial goals. First, think about how much you really need to live on. Are you planning a modest retirement with minimal expenses, or do you want to travel the world and live in luxury? Your answer will determine your target saving amount. Next, think about your risk tolerance. If you're retiring in a time of a market uncertainty, you might start with a lower withdrawal rate, let's say 3.5%, and increase it over time as the market stabilizes. On the flip side, if you have a large cushion, you might feel comfortable sticking with 4%. And don't forget, retirement isn't a one-size-fits-all journey. You might find that in the early years of retirement, you spend more. Maybe you're traveling or checking off bucket list items, and later your expenses decrease. The 4% rule is flexible enough to account for these changes. One of the biggest concerns for retirees is healthcare cost. This can be unpredictable and expensive. The 4% rule doesn't directly account for big healthcare expenses, so it's smart to factor in a little extras for emergencies. So, is the 4% rule still relevant today? Absolutely. It's a great starting point to figure out how much you need to retire, but like any other rule, it's a guideline. You can adjust it based on your unique situations, your goals, and what's happening in the market. You can still use the 4% rule to plan a comfortable retirement, but keep an eye on factors like inflation, healthcare, and market volatility. And most important, stay flexible. As you approach retirement, revisit your plan regularly to make sure you're on track. If you're just getting started on your retirement journey or you want to dig deeper into this topic, check out my other video on how to develop a saving strategy that truly works today. I'll see you in the next one.